am very excited to see you. And I love you very much.
Hello! Are you crying? Why are you crying? It's fine. Hi.
Oh my gosh.
John, from the start, I knew it was a privilege to call you a friend. Your intelligence, your humor, your optimism makes every experience better. Often I think of your future and how lucky your wife would be to have you. Today, I get to be that lucky. You are the clearest image of the Lord's provision in my life, proof that God will not let us settle for anything less than He intended. Though we are different people, different personalities, different backgrounds, I find we are not at odds. More like the Lord has made us as two parts of the same pattern. Each groove, each missing gap in my character is perfectly met by something in you. How comforting to know my weaknesses are safe in your strengths. You know this about me, that sometimes I prefer the past, living in the routines I've come to love. While it's hard turning this page, I find no greater peace than knowing whatever my new rhythms may be, you will be at the center of them, making my joy greater, my stress smaller, and my burdens lighter. I now understand what people mean when they say they don't deserve their spouse. Trust me when I say I wholeheartedly think that today. It's in the same way I do not deserve the mercy, the grace, or the faithfulness of Christ. But I am so incredibly grateful that you choose to love me anyway, that you get to be a picture of Christ choosing to love me anyway. 1 Corinthians talks a lot about what love is and what it isn't. Sadly, I find I'm naturally a lot closer to the does-nots of that passage. I am envious, I love getting my way, I have a great memory. But by the grace of God and with all that's in me, I promise to fulfill this passage for you, especially the last bit of the section, to bear all things, believe all things, hope all things, and endure all things. Life is unpredictable, and I don't think there is much else I can promise you in absolutes, but I will a few things. To always remind you of important tasks a minimum of 3 times, to try my hardest to turn off all the lights and to pick up all my hairballs. More importantly, to love you fully and daily, and to fulfill all that flows from that commitment. To offer you grace and forgiveness in abundance in the same way it's been offered to me. To be a helper when you are in need and a leader when you are tired. And when you can't remember for yourself, to remind you of Christ crucified and His new life in you. Today, joyfully, I give you the rest of my life. Thank you for giving me this honor. I love you.
Cara, we finally made it. This day we have dreamed of, anticipated, and planned for has finally arrived, and I couldn't be happier. God has certainly been a part of this process, and I could not be more certain than I am today that this is His will. God has been stirring in us a love for one another for some time now, and this love is a mysterious thing. It wells up in me at the strangest moments, like when you asked me to lead an awkward conversation at the Dairy Queen drive-thru, or when I see your face on Sunday at church. It comes out of nowhere, and it's not of its own making. It's forever and always an unexpected gift. I promise those unexpected moments to deeply live fully into them in our spontaneous outbursts of love. But love is not always spontaneous. More often than not, love shows up as a choice. Love simply does. Love rejoices in truth. It protects. it trusts, it hopes, it perseveres, and never fails. Love is a verb. I know this last year when I made the promise to wash your feet on this very ground, I made that promise. Washing your feet is a choice, and an unsightly one at that sometimes. But Christ made that choice to love his disciples in humble service, and that is the same promise that I make to you today. I promise to love you when it is difficult, even when I would rather not stoop low. I promise to wash your feet. Cara, my soon-to-be wife, I love you with all my heart. I make these promises to you with the hope that I will reflect a mere fraction of Christ's love for you. That is what a husband does, and I count it as my privilege, my honor, and my joy. Now hold me to it. I love you.